Should this have been an email? Could this reunion have been an email? Okay. Now, I'm also going to say this. Your girl was right. There were certain things I predicted that happened, some crashes and burns, and we're going to get into all things Love is Blind UK, the reunion. So let's go. Denise, Brady, I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. I combine mental health and reality TV. And even if you don't watch the shows that I recap, I still want you to bring value. And I want you to get something to learn about yourselves, maybe about the relationships you have with others. So sit back, join the family, like this video, and hit that subscribe. Now, upon entering this reunion, okay, the dynamics are already, the scene was set that it was already going to be better and more well put together than we've seen some of these US reunions. Not just Love is Blind, but even watching the way Love Island went down, that reunion was trash, a lot of fluff. But this one was put together in a very timely manner of, it's been a year since the couples got together. We saw family members there, we saw friends. I have not seen other reunions in this franchise in the US version when we see family members actually attending. And I think we needed that dynamic. We needed to see the relationship, the emotions, the emotional intelligence amongst parents and their children through this experiment. And so we start off the reunion. We have the two hosts who I really enjoy. None of the fluff, none of the here's a pacifier, when are you gonna have a baby, none of the dad jokes really. None of Vanessa being intoxicated, whatever it is she was on in one of these reunions. We didn't get any of that. What we got was people who care about the people, the cast. I really feel like the host and this whole, to me, dynamic casting, production, care about the cast members more than we see here. A lot of reality shows we see in the US, they film, they take up all their time. We got you for 3 months, 2 weeks, whatever the time frame is. And then once the show comes out, we need y'all to promote, use your socials, promote, and then we're done with you. Go and crash and burn over there. And now I need y'all to go check out my Love Island video about mental health, because I feel like nobody cares. But go watch that video. Now here we see the role of the parents. We see how Demi and Ollie have come together on this stage, but we see Demi's parents, especially the relationship with her father. And it shows you just how important father-daughter relationships are and how enamored he is with his daughter. And they stood by her side throughout this entire thing. We don't see that in a lot of other franchises. The parents there from the beginning now to the end. And the role that Demi's father has played in her growth as a woman, Demi being able to see Demi 2.0, her loving herself more. And that's what we see come out of this, is not so much a marriage, but a relationship with herself. I think we need to see more women coming out of these experiments, not so much with a man, a woman, whatever you are on the show about. What about the relationship with yourself and how you can show up better for you? And how I think Demi will take that into her next relationship, a healthier one with herself, because you gotta love yourself in here before anyone else can love you, because nobody can love you better than yourself. Now, it's good to see, their friends, her and Ollie. And I guess I was wrong. I'm gonna admit I was wrong, okay? I was wrong. I really thought that when he saw Charlotte, I didn't think it was that big of a thing. Okay, I wanted to really believe that he was really feeling Demi. But maybe it wasn't, maybe I didn't see it, maybe I really wanted to believe in their relationship dynamic. But of course, it seemed like him and Charlotte are together. And you saw at points where I think Demi supports their relationship, but at the same time, I saw at times a disappointment in her face of, again, is it me? What's wrong with me? I don't know if anybody else noticed that. Let me know in the comments, but I saw the difference between her facial expressions when the camera cut from Ollie and Charlotte was speaking. And, Charlotte said, without Ollie, I don't know how I could have gone through these past couple months, weeks of rewatching the episodes. I remember seeing her that much. So I'm wondering what was the hate she got What was it that she needed him so bad for? I know we saw her walk into the bar. Maybe it was the I guess, ridicule online. I didn't see a lot of that stuff about maybe them getting together. I didn't get the what you need him for because you really wasn't on my screen that much. But that's just me, okay? Better off as friends, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Now, what I was right about, come on, come on, come on, come on. Listen, because I was right about Sabrina, okay, and Steven. There are things at the top of a relationship you have to figure out, especially if you're long distance, okay? You have to figure out if you're willing to move for the person, if the person is willing to move for you, okay? And what did I say? What did I say? They were not going to make it, okay? Because they had not established where they were going to live. Belfast versus London, okay? She's established there. He's established there. Apparently, they tried to make it work. He only went to Belfast twice, so I don't know how much effort that was. Okay? She went to London, she said 8 times. She did all this stuff to make him feel comfortable, make him want to come to Belfast. But they both have businesses. And are you really willing to sacrifice potentially your business for your marriage? That's what it came down to. Are you willing to change your lifestyle for your relationship? And do I think that Steven changed? His mannerisms on that stage showed me that he was a different person. And let me tell y'all, okay, take notes. Because I feel like he was in love with the idea of her, okay? I don't think he was in love with her as a person. I think it was the idea of, and a lot of people fall in love with the idea of a person, okay? What does this person represent? Do they represent what I have been looking for? Okay, keyword represent. Are you in love with the person or what they represent? And I think he was so into wanting to have a child, really wanting to find a wife and find love, that she represented the outline of that. I don't think he fell in love with the inside, but the outline. And a lot of people fall in love with the outline of a person because of what they represent. And what am I looking for to match what I have in here? And what I have in here, so far on the outline, she matches. Now, there's some stuff inside that when I color in, when I shade it out, it's not matching. The colors ain't matching up with the outline. But instead, once again, she represents what I have in my mind. Okay, all the stuff that is on the inside, we can figure that out. And did they? No, they did not. Okay, and I do think that it could have worked if at the beginning or at the experiment, one person was willing to sacrifice, compromise. Maybe we live in Belfast for 6 months. Maybe we live in London. Maybe we give it 6 months in one city together and see how it goes. And then, we decide after 6 months, we gotta figure this out. Or is there somewhere in the middle? But here it just felt like you need to move to London. You need to move to Belfast. And it was not established at the beginning. Those fundamental things and the child, it was not going to work. It was not going to work. Okay. Now, Steven has a little bit of an attitude. Okay. I wonder if the charm, the looks, he's been able to get away with some things that she was not willing to put up with. Okay. I think she's a strong woman on her own and she does not need a man. Whereas I feel like Steven is in a place where I feel like he needs a woman to match what's checked off in his mind. Let me know your thoughts. What do y'all think about that? But it was never going to work. And I'm here to say, I was right. I was right. Okay. Now moving on to Bobby and Jasmine. I love Jasmine with the dark hair. She looks great. They're happy. Bunny rabbits, perfect home. Is it real though? Because they were just too much in the everything's perfect. Okay, we'll see how it goes. Now, I don't want them to fall apart. I don't want anything like that. But Sometimes when people go on these reunions, they try and make everything seem right. It makes me like, you don't gotta be performative. You can be honest. Maybe you've had some hiccups. Maybe it has been great, but you didn't know each other before. So I'm sure there has to be some things here and there that y'all went through. The mama was there. Once again, the family was there. USA, take notes. She seems like she's getting along with Bobby a lot better. Maybe she got her a little check from the show and it shut her up for a little bit. Okay, but they're doing well. Okay, now Tom and I believe Maria, apparently the internet has been eating him up saying he's a horrible person. They have different lifestyles. She wants to be a stay-at-home mom. He wants him a working wife. It was never going to work. Is he judgmental? Yes. He took her for surface value about you're a makeup artist. It wasn't going to work, y'all. Y'all too different. Go over there with Tosh. You should have chose Tosh from the beginning. It wasn't going to work. Now, do I think that Tom is a bad person? I don't. I think we're all flawed individuals. We all have biases. Some of them we see them. Some of them are subconscious biases that we don't know exist until we meet a person or we see something that brings that up to the surface, which I think is what happened with him. I think he has some unconscious biases that come up and they came out on TV. Fortunately, you had a camera in your face when they came out. Of course, he needs to work through some of that stuff, but he knows what he wants. And it wasn't her. Her lifestyle is different. Culturally, it was never going to work. I said that. Her being from a Muslim background, him being more from an English background. His parents not really showing up, being involved in this experiment. He could not get married without his mama being there. It was never going to work. Okay? Beniah and Nicole. Beniah is still a little aloof to me. Okay? I feel like at times, we've seen them. We got our Zach and Bliss, I guess, couple this season. Maybe they're going to be that. We saw like video of their first year of marriage together. It doesn't seem like him being a nomad and her being a 9-to-5 is really in the way. They travel, they enjoy each other in love. Okay. The one thing I didn't like is how they're so like, I've seen this in my couples therapy. When I bring up one person is, not that I criticize them, but I bring up something to help them discover accountability within the action that they've done or said. The other partner's like, yeah, she does that, but she's great. It just feels like overly, trying to compensate or compliment the other person. It just felt kind of like, let one person talk. Don't be so quick to save them. Maybe it's just me, but I've seen that dynamic. It's hard to explain. But when one person is trying to say something that might make them look bad or the other person look bad, the other person is quick to, but they're amazing. They're great. Yeah, they're great. Pull it back. Pull it back. Okay, that's my real concern with them. But they seem happy. Ain't nothing really to talk about with them. The one thing, though, when Sam came out, he kind of admitted that he lied, y'all. He lied about her trying to sleep with him. Did y'all catch that? That he was actually lying. Okay? But Sam came out for what? And it could have been chopped up and edited that we only saw him for 5 minutes. Okay? He has a lot of issues, a lot of codependence on relationships, a lot of anxious attachment styles. I could do an attachment style video. Let me know if y'all want to see that from these. I do that every season, so we could see that. But other than that, it was a great reunion. An hour, 55 minutes. I need no more. It was really good. Okay. We got caught up on the couples. It could have been a Zoom. It could have been an email. It was not, dramatic. But yeah, these are my thoughts. You have to establish in the beginning of a relationship some of those fundamental foundational things, especially if you are long distance, where you're going to live. What are your values? Okay, what is your lifestyle compared to mine? Religion. Those are the fundamental things you have to talk about in the beginning. And some of these couples, I think, again, were in love with the idea, the outline of a person, and now it was inside. And then once they found out what was inside, they realized my outline doesn't matter because we don't mesh. And out of all, we got what, 6 engagements? Oh, I forgot to talk about Catherine and Freddy. Now, Catherine has a lot of issues, a lot of abandonment issues. She has to work through that trauma that she has within herself from being adopted, her sense of self. And I noticed how Freddy just seemed like he doesn't seem like the same person we got from the beginning. I feel like this experiment really dimmed his light and really changed him. And at times I feel like he could not even look at Catherine. Was it just me? But the body language was like, mm-mm. I feel like something else has happened there behind the scenes that we didn't get. But once again, Freddy is very diplomatic. He's good with his words. He knows how to present very well and say what is needed based off, I'm sure, his career. But I feel like his light was just dimmed so much. His sister picked up on him once he came back from Greece. And I feel like Catherine at times has a very disorganized attachment style. Is it anxious? No, I feel it's more disorganized, critical of her partner, critical of herself, fear of abandonment, all those things that I think came into place and didn't allow them to have a functional relationship that they can really thrive on. Was there a connection? Yes. Were there emotions there in the beginning? Yes. But as soon as her partner, that one little thing, he cheated, you saw it crumble. Okay, and once that conversation was had, you can never come back from that because she's very critical and that was always at the forefront. Sometimes people just need one thing to allow them to see, like, I don't want to do this no more. Especially in these experiments, you're already like, is this really for me? What they really got going on? Do they really like me? But then you also bring into play that you have your own issues and the skepticism plus your own trauma. Boom, it will not work. But I hope that Freddy finds his light again because I just feel like it was dim so much. And it's still been a year and he's still very like stone face. Okay? I think I had everybody this time, all right? We went through everybody, right? And I got all the names. Y'all should be proud. But if you got this far in the video, why haven't you subscribed? Make sure you like. Hit me up with, buy me a drink, buy me a coffee. Let me know if I should do an attachment style video on these couples, but I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.